Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Riding in Cars with Books.
Woohoo!
I'm Jaclyn,
And I'm Phillip.
and today we are going to be discussing America, Volume 1 and 2 from Marvel Comics, written by Gabby, Rivera, and illustrated by a lot of people that I'm not going to name. Because
It's a lot of people. It's a lot.
The art changes. Well, in the first volume, it's the same artist for the first 4, and then it changes for the last 2, and then volume 2 just reinvents itself with the artists everywhere. Jen Bartel does some art, and it's beautiful, but
She does like 4 or 5 pages.
she does some covers too, and they're beautiful, but that is nothing new because, oh, it's shiny. Jen Bartel's like the best.
And
Anyways.
this volume 1 came out in 2017.
This came out in 2017.
So there's probably going to be spoilers because, hey, it's already 6 years old.
And this came out in 2018.
So more spoilers.
But I picked this up because America is the first Latinx lesbian superhero, and it's Pride Month, if you didn't know. So, what did you think?
What'd you think? You read it first before me.
I've been talking this whole time. It's your turn. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, my take on America was never in this series. It came out of, I was reading Young Avengers. So I read Young Avengers and I read Ultimates. And then I never actually read her regular series.
Well, now
So
you have.
This was new for me on this.
Did America change at all with the new writer?
No, it was pretty much all her. She still got her attitude and wants to punch everything. So
she thinks solving the world can just be done with punches, and I'm here for that.
I mean, she does a pretty good job with the punching.
Yeah, she can just open her little star portals and go wherever she wants. So in Volume 1, she time travels to World War II and meets Patty.
Agent Carter.
Peggy. I was like, I know that's not right as soon as I said it. That's not
Patty
right.
from the Peanuts?
Patty? Ever read Patty?
Peggy.
Patty Walker?
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. Yeah.
She goes back to World War II, meets Captain America briefly, gets to punch Hitler, and then meets Agent Carter because she needs to learn a lesson.
Oh yeah, and I was here for that lesson. She's like, what? Punching Hitler doesn't solve all your problems? Why not? And then she goes to the 80s and meets Storm, and she's like, why do you have a mohawk? And Storm's like, it's the 80s. Mohawks are in right now.
It's all punk.
It was so cool.
So.
Does she time travel anywhere else?
No, that was pretty much all. She went to those 2 places because she needed to learn things.
Yeah.
So this series gets really more into her family a lot.
Well, more so in Volume 2 than Volume 1, I think. But yes, it does.
No, the second one gets more into her home world.
Yeah.
The first one gets more into her parents and
meeting her abuela,
meeting her grandmother, and going through that whole process about family and trying to find your place. And once again, it's another, let's find your place in the world.
Yeah.
And what do you need?
Yeah. And she goes to college. It is Sotomayor.
Yeah, it's like it's an off-world college. So there's all these different people,
superhero,
from different races and different planets and everything like that. And there is a overarching, while she's going through this, there's an overarching villain theme in this. So you get to see Arcade, you get to see the Terminatrix.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what her best friend's name is that does stuff. And what's his name?
He was I can't think of his name, but he was also a part of the Ultimates. And then he was a mutant that was on the Ultimates, but then he lost his powers.
Oh, yeah. But I can't remember his name.
During that whole X-Men thing back then. So that all happened. So he's there. Hawkeye's in this.
Yeah, she's best friends with Hawkeye. They go on a road trip.
Our traveling heroes.
America tries to rekindle her love for an ex, or not really an ex, but someone she
knew when she was younger,
liked before, and it all all goes wrong. Fight Club, and Moon Girl's in it. She does a talk at the university, and Devil's taking a nap on the stage like usual. I mean, she's the smartest girl in the universe, so why wouldn't you want her to do a chat at your university? I loved all the cameos of all the superheroes.
And if you've ever wondered, Storm does have a safe word.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Just letting you know, if you ever want to know, Storm does have a safe word. So
yeah. So Volume 1 does have an ending, but the story does continue into Volume 2 with Exterminatrix.
Terminatrix. Yeah, I just call her Terminatrix.
Exterminatrix.
It's Terminatrix. It's Exterminatrix. I just call it Terminatrix. It's easier.
Whatever.
The head of the Midas Corporation.
She's mean.
She's a villain.
I know.
Villain.
She pretends to be like the new dean or whatever.
That's in the second one, right?
To get to America. She's awful.
So basically, yeah, the volume 1 is really dealing with her being a part of the Ultimates, but then she leaves and goes to college, and then all these things happen there because there is a villain, which is Exterminatrix, and Arcade is kind of a part of that. But then there's another mysterious person, and that's kind of how she travels through time. So it's not really her power, because her power, in case you don't know, she's super strong, but then she punches portals, star portals. So.
And she was also trying to time travel for school projects that turned into learning more about herself.
Right.
She never turned in a project, though.
No, we just kind of fast forward. Like, there's certain things like that where there's like a school project, but like the whole book takes place over like 3 or 4 months, and we just get to end the semester, and then she goes on summer school.
Yeah, because she wasn't in class very often.
But like when her and Hawkeye go on a road trip, one of the best lines is we're like Thelma and Louise just without going off a cliff.
I mean, they basically were. But what happened to Pizza Dog? Why didn't Pizza Dog go with them? He was in the car on the cover, and then he didn't actually go on the road trip.
Because she has someone to watch Pizza Dog when she's going.
I want to know who. I need to know these things.
I'm sure it's all fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Pizza Dog's fine.
And Volume 2 was beautiful. I really liked seeing her home planet and learning more of her like ancestral story and about her moms and her grandma.
And we learned how basically their power came to be.
Yeah.
How she has the powers that she has. So
and
it gets way into that.
I just want to say the Jen Bartel pages of the home planet were the most beautiful pages in the book. Obviously.
There was a lot of good artists, like Jim Bartel had pages, Stacey Lee had pages.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of good artists.
So with Volume 2, they tried, I guess, like everywhere they traveled had a different artist is what they did instead of just one artist per issue. So it's a long lineup of creators on this series. But it's a great lineup. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Volume 1, though, is kind of like, I was just reading it, and I'm like, wow, the art change. And it's kind of subtle and, like, jarring, but then you get used to it. And Volume 2, it's just, like, it happens so frequently, like, just whatever.
Right, yeah, it just constantly changes.
But people that aren't used to comics and how artists change so frequently probably would be like, oh, my God.
But it was a really good series to show America's growth through this process, even though, like I said, she was on Young Avengers. She was a part of the Ultimates, which was the 616 Ultimates, not the Ultimate Universe Ultimates. They brought all that back, in case you didn't know, around 2015.
Yeah. I haven't read any of that, and I was not lost.
Yeah, it's fine. Yes, you don't need to know all of her story to know that, because the issue 1 starts off with her being a part of the Ultimates and defeating a creature, which does come back later on in this series. So there is a lot of action in there. I guess it's kind of hard not to have a bunch of action
when you like punching things.
When you like punching things, like that's usually
there's even a Fight Club. There's a lot of action.
There is.
But we don't have to talk about Fight Club.
We're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
We're not supposed to. Woo. So, I'm glad I read this, and I'll probably read her next series. It is called America Chavez.
Yeah,
It's not
it
just
came out at
America?
the end of last year, I believe.
It's not just called America. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
different
got
writer.
it's got a title, tagline. So
But yeah, highly recommend this. Come pick it up for Pride Month. And yeah, if you like this video, comment what you want us to review next. Subscribe if you haven't already. And
tell all your friends
yes, please.
to come join us on our YouTube channel.
You only have 5 friends. You need to tell yours.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I only have 5 friends. Everyone else needs to tell their friend.
That's what I mean.
Because I don't have that many.
So thanks for watching. Oh my
You all right
God.
over there?
Thanks for watching.
We'll see. Sorry. That was funny.
I just hit puberty in the car. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.